Thanks for joining us on the Morning Blend. Ken Wisner joins us today, the owner of AirServe. Welcome.
Thank you.
So it has been really hot, and it just doesn't seem like it's ever going to let up. So I'm sure air conditioners are probably working overtime, which leads me to, is it better when it comes to an air conditioning unit?
Not necessarily. In other words, it could be worse.
Really? Why?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one is it's just the first cost. You're paying more than you need to. If it's too oversized, then they tend to, the term would be short cycle, comes on and goes off rapidly, or too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, every time it starts, it actually draws more power, uses more electricity.
Okay.
So you're paying on the front end and the back end.
So can you explain that calculation process and how you figure out what size a person needs for their home?
Well, there's a process. It's known industry-wide. It's been around for years and years. But basically, you do have to measure everything. So you measure a wall, a window, door, the roof, all the factors that go into that house. Common misnomers, people will say, how big is your house? And then they'll size it for that. That's one factor of probably 50.
Okay.
So that's probably, you're either going to guess it and get real lucky, or you're going to guess and you're not going to get it right.
Right, and possibly get burned.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be what you hope.
Right.
What it could be.
So how do you make it different then, and how much time does it take to come out and take a look and tell a customer what they need for their home? Great
question. I can tell you it's not 5 minutes. Depending on the complexity of the house, the size of it, some houses, as you would guess, have more than one.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be anywhere from half an hour to 45 minutes to a few hours.
Right.
So it's just, again, if you don't take the time to do it.
That makes sense. Now, what can result from having a system that's too large or maybe even too small?
Well, too large, a couple of things. Too large, as I mentioned already, as far as the power consumption, short cycling and things like that. It may not dehumidify well enough.
Okay.
So it would be a colder, kind of a clammy feeling. And part of the air conditioning process, when sized correctly, it does dehumidify. So that would be on too large. That would be one of the examples. If it's too small, it'll just run. I would contend most likely too small would be better than too big.
Okay.
So it'd do less harm. And we also don't have 85 or 90 weather constantly.
Right.
So most of the time it would be fine.
Right. Well, this has been pretty fascinating. These are things I did not know, so I'm so glad you came in to share this today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we've got all your information up on the screen. AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning, airserve.com, or give them a call. We'll have all the information on Facebook and our website as well. That's all our time for now on the Morning Blend. Thanks so much for joining us, and make it a